went along to take a look.
Beautiful location, as you can see. Lovely trees and nice house, nice champagne. It's very sophisticated.
I just love good music, and I'm particularly interested in the blues because I think it's got a bit lost over the years. And there are lots of new bands now who really need to be seen.
Well, now when wintertime rolls around, I get so cold all in my bones.
It has a lot of bad press from people who kind of think it's stuck in one period or something like that. And there are people who are kind of like that. But, you know, all over the world, especially in the States, you know, there are young musicians and old musicians who nobody's ever heard of that are saying something different and bringing new music out that's still blues. You know, a lot of people, they think that to bring it up to date, you have to kind of put bits of reggae in it or classical or rock. Rock's the big thing that people are trying to put into it. Rather than understand the music itself, take different bits of it to make something new.
Now when the wind rises in the east, you know the snow falls in the west.
Does it surprise you that it itself keeps evolving and moving on and new variants come in, new artists?
No, it doesn't surprise me. It surprises people like you. There's been a perception of the blues from people who are basically in sort of rock and pop and all that stuff, that it's an adjunct of popular music as it's known in the charts, both the singles charts and the albums charts, of course. And sometimes something sort of extraordinary will happen, like John Lee Hooker will sell 3 million of an album, and you'll notice the blues again all of a sudden. But it's really there all the time. It's just like jazz or any other form of music. It evolved and it's here forever.
This is the lifeblood of it. It obviously has to, in order to have been around and be relevant for as long as it has been, it has to, you know, reflect what's going on around us. So it's always got to be a contemporary music, and with that in mind, it will always continue to be with us.
Deep in the heart of Texas, that's where I want to be. I want a black sunglasses and a high-heeled boots. I want to be a sight to see. I want a Western Stetson 445 with a pistol in my hand. I'm going to come alive.
Blues, rhythm and blues, rock and roll, rockabilly, the whole bag. I just think of the whole bag as one.
I'm gonna knock my bourbon back in my hand, deep in the heart of Texas.
There's a lot of blues bands in America. A lot of them come over, they work Scandinavia, around Europe. They're great on the festivals. But there's not I haven't come across any that has got the same thing we've got. And we've got the thing with the baritone and the tenor, double bass guitar, myself and piano singing, playing guitar occasionally, and our drummer. We're a six-piece, and it's that classic sort of R&B sound. It's a very filling sort of sound.
The blues it's the start of the music for me. I mean, it started everything. Soul, rock and roll, the whole lot. It's the ultimate instrument for blues, I think. What I call it is the Mississippi saxophone. It's got expression, it cries, it weeps, it can make you happy, it can make you sad, you know, you just, it's got everything in there, you know, that you want to do with it. was once obviously the black man's music. But I think so many people, I mean, it's now in the 90s that the music has changed to the white man's playing as well. And you hear so many people doing it now. And I mean, obviously they're just telling their blues as much as what the black man was doing.
White America didn't know very much about black America's art form of blues and jazz, and I think, you know, the Beatles came over, and then that led to the British blues movement and Cream and Eric Clapton, and that turned on the white Americans to black blues, and you know, after that, people started to really find out what it was all about, and it's ever since then it's just become a worldwide recognition thing, and everybody is all part of the same the blues family.
You have to put me in a pigeonhole and stick a label on me. Yeah, rhythm and blues guitarist is as good a description. All over the ground. It's the kind of musical tradition that keeps reinventing itself. New people come along and interpret it, blues in their own way. I'm certainly not a blues purist. I never have been. And I think that most people that play blues really good have their own sound, their own style, and their own songwriting style.
You look forward to watching? John Mayall would be really good, actually. John Mayall? Made from John Mayall, really.
When I was at school, he got me onto the harmonica, and I looked at his credits on his albums and delved deep into the blues and looked at the guys that he was listening to, and then I went further back. So it was really all with John Mayall.
It was 1965, and I went along with Manfred Mann, and because we lived close to John Mayall, and we turned up there, and Eric Clapton, who was then the guitarist, wasn't there, so John said, well, come up and play. So I played the whole night with John, and then at the end of it, the promoter said, well, thank you very much, everyone. I'm sorry you didn't hear the guitarist you came to hear.
You can do, but I'm a sucker for love. I'm a sucker for love. I just can't resist the love kiss, but I'm a sucker for love.
John Mayall has had some of the, well, not only Eric, of course, but the greats, you know, in his bands. Peter Green, Mick Taylor, of course.
I'm a band leader, and obviously I'm going to be, you know, getting musicians who I think are best able to interpret my music. And you know, over the years, of course, my taste has proved to be, you know, recognised as quite a popular one.
Think back to groups like Georgie Fame and the Blue Flames, John Mayall's Blues Breakers, the Rolling Stones, all those groups that basically were playing in and around London in blues clubs. It's quite remarkable, really, that kind of music should have been so popular then. And now it seems to be even more popular. I'm not so sure whether it's, you know, people buy, you know, millions of people go out and buy blues records, but they certainly love to come and hear it live.
And on now to a